Welcome to the SVG-TV news for Wednesday, December 11th. I'm Khalil Kato with the details. Close to 100 local medical professionals are said to be closer to receiving the green light, which will allow them to prescribe or dispense medicinal cannabis here in SVG. This is according to the SVG Medicinal Cannabis Authority, which noted in a news release that a series of training sessions were held with the medical professionals, including doctors, veterinarians, dentists, pharmacists, as well as technicians from each specialty. The MCA said the medical professionals received training in the safe and effective use of medicinal cannabis in accordance with international best practice and the laws of SVG. The participants were also appraised of recent developments in the global cannabis industry and proposed anti-drug campaigns that will soon be implemented by the government of this country. The main sections of the training sessions were delivered by overseas consultants with years of experience in the use of cannabis to treat patients with a variety of illnesses. The MCA further noted that at the end of each session, participants were awarded certificates of training, which can be used during the authorization process to allow them to prescribe or dispense medicinal cannabis to qualifying patients. The Public Health Department is currently engaged in a series of training workshops to build the capacity of employees to carry out their work more effectively. During the Christmas season, environment health officers are usually out in full, performing checks to ensure that the quality of meat on sale nationwide is fit for human consumption. At one of the workshops today, the officers were provided with a theoretical platform on how to detect the various conditions which affect the quality of meat and meat products. Health officer attached to the Kingstown port, Lennox Doyle, said such training will help the officers to be more effective to deal with current and future issues which can affect the nation's health.
Programs are very vital in terms of education to the general public. Once the public realize that we are educated and we know what we are doing, through this program, it builds confidence. Our department could only get better through this forum where we have education, passing our knowledge among ourselves, because things change as we develop. We have emerging diseases that may affect us naturally, or we may have common diseases that we see, but sometimes we need to be engaged in such a way that we will not miss any. So our expertise going out there to make sure that the meat that are offered to the general public is one that will not deteriorate health, but to promote health and safety generally in St. Louis and the Grenadines. So the general public depend on us as inspectors to do a very good job. These sessions can only make us better.
The facilitator and environmental health officer attached to the Argyle International Airport, AIA, Cecil Smith, said the training allows for uniformity in meat inspection practices.
Now today what we are trying to do is to have everybody on the same page, making the same decision. So meat that is inspected in the furthest end of the country can receive the same treatment as meat that is inspected anywhere else in the country. Today, we are going to cover some basic topics on meat inspection that is very common to our inspection practice. We are looking at things today like bruises, tuberculosis, foot and mouth disease. That is not common here, but from time to time we keep hearing about it. In other countries that may very well reach us if we do not pay attention to it. So we are trying to inform officers as to what they are. We have other diseases and conditions in meat inspection that we encounter daily. So we are trying to have those highlighted and have a common understanding of how they are caused and what decisions to make.
Another environmental health officer, Ralph Williams, said their role is crucial to ensure food safety, and he is delighted for the opportunity to learn from more experienced officers.
And if I could put it in local jargon, sing from the same song sheet when we're doing our inspection for meat, especially during this busy time when people do a lot of slaughtering. And I've benefited greatly. There is a lot of things that I was not exposed to. You may just have the theory, but there are certain key things that the older officers impart today, especially the older officers, the most senior officers impart today that I was not aware of. So I really benefit greatly. I know I could kind of go out and be more confident in really carrying out the duty, in particular the inspection of meat, to detect, because it's very significant that you really detect disease, because you don't want these things to be passed and end up on a shelf and end up in somebody's kitchen, okay, to be consumed, and it have defect. So it's important. It's very, very important to me.
Meanwhile, the environmental health officer is encouraging the public to ensure they purchase meat from reputable butchers. Williams said while the department will be doing its part to ensure during the season to ensure meat and meat products are safe for consumption, the public must also be proactive.
By the public health department. And how do you know that? You buy from reputable source. Okay, and then when you go to purchase meat, you look for, the person must be certified. They must have a display of a certificate. Okay, the person who is selling the meat must have the display of a public health certification. Okay. You have to, we are your watchdog to look out for you, but you have a part to play also. You have a part to play in that for your own interests. You should be looking and scrutinizing certain things. So one of the important things is ensure that you see a certificate, and then you know that the person has been certified by the health department.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines has established diplomatic ties with the South African country of Namibia. SVG's ambassador to Cuba, Ellsworth John, and Namibia's ambassador to Havana, Samuel Hendrik Goagoseb, signed a joint communique establishing formal ties on December 5th. A press release said both ambassadors spoke about the importance of building not only linkages between the two countries, but also between Africa and the Caribbean. The two ambassadors also pledged to begin working on a technical cooperation agreement between the two countries, which would include cultural and educational exchanges. Goagoseb is designated as non-resident ambassador for Namibia to SVG and is expected to present his credentials to Governor General Susan Duggan in Kingstown soon. The Logos Hope, the world's largest floating book ship, is expected to arrive in Port Kingstown this coming Friday, December 13th. It will open to the general public on Saturday, the 14th, following an official opening ceremony, which is expected to begin at 9:20 a.m. and conclude at 12 midday. The 400 crew members will be spending their Christmas in SVG. Project coordinator of Logos Hope SVG, Gino Borst, said they will be hosting a special Christmas show on December 22nd, which the Vincentian public is invited to.
Excited to be part of the Christmas celebration here. As well, we're gonna have a focus on a show. It's called Around the World Christmas, and this is gonna happen on the 22nd. And basically it's gonna showcase how we celebrate Christmas around the world in different countries. And we really want you guys to just come out. We have tickets available at Nightingale Bookstore in Kingstown, so go grab your tickets fast before they go, because this show is gonna be very exciting.
40 Vincentian volunteers have been recruited to help on the Logos Hope for the 2 weeks that it would be docked at Port Kingstown. Sarah Sukchan, who is another local coordinator for the Logos Hope visit, said while in the state, the crew members will be engaged in a number of community-based activities.
We are really excited to send a few teams to Beckway because we figured that, you know, the ship can't go, but we can take a little bit of the ship's experiences to them. And so we will be sending a team every weekend. So every Saturday and Sunday while the ship is here, so that is the 14th and 15th of December, as well as the 21st and 22nd of December. At Julie's Guest House, we will have a mini book fair. On the mainland, we will be doing several community projects. We will be sending teams to the prisons. We will be sending teams even to a preschool that will still be open while the ship will be in port because school closes before, so we're not able to do schools this time. We'll also be doing some youth groups and also some eyeglass testing in different communities and some painting projects as well.
The Logos Hope coordinators anticipate a great Christmas season for the floating book fair as they encourage Vincentians to visit the ship during its time here for the experience for a small fee.
Events that you really want to be part of. We even have a kids event from the 18th and the 19th. You can go buy some tickets. As well, we will have the famous theater show Narnia, the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe that everybody loves and is always sold out. So you better go get your ticket now. And please, you don't want to miss Christmas Around the World on the 22nd. Only 10 easy.
However, we are closed on Mondays, and we'll also close for Christmas on the 24th and 25th of December. The opening times, well, on the first day, we will be opening half day, so from 2 p.m. until 9 p.m. The weekdays, we will be open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Yeah. And also on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m.
For the 7th consecutive year, the Sandy Bay Government School emerged the winner of the 2019 Primary Schools Christmas Festival. 17 schools participated in the event held earlier today. Larissa Pugsley-Kidd tells us more in this report.
It was a showdown between the participating primary schools today in the 2019 Schools Christmas Festival.
Sandy Bay!
However, Sandy Bay Government School again stood out from the rest, capturing the title for the 7th consecutive year and took home the Festus Tony Challenge Cup. The second place position was taken by the Turoma Government School and in third place Fairhall Government School. The schools were also judged for Best Instrumental, which was won by the South Rivers Methodist School. Best Dance Piece went to the Turoma Government School. Best Test Piece, Sandy Bay Government School. Best Choral Speech, Beckway Anglican School. And the Sandy Bay Government School took awards for Best Local and Sound. Joel Tony, brother of Festus Tony, under whose name the Challenge Cup was named, presented the Sandy Bay Government School with the winning trophy today.
And I spoke to the teacher at Sandy Bay and I said, please tell me what is the formula that you are using. She said, Mr. Tony, it's a simple formula. Practice, practice, practice. And what does she mean by that? Every day, throughout the year, after this celebration, Sandy Bay obtains the test piece and they begin practicing.
Tony challenged all the schools to return next year with the aim to stop the winning streak of the Sandy Bay Government School.
To win the Challenge Trophy is not a one day, when you perform here, event. It is during the year. Practice, practice, practice. And the education officers who conduct this trophy, I hope, can send to each of the schools that if you wish to win the Challenge Trophy, you have to practice.
The Primary Schools Christmas Festival is an annual event hosted by the Ministry of Education through its music department. The festival is held to promote performing arts in schools. For SVG-TV News, Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.
14 choirs will seek to dethrone the 2018 Senior Champs Firebusters, while the Sandy Bay Police Youth Club Carolers will seek to defend their 2018 crown against 7 other choirs in the junior category of this year's Police Christmas Caroling Contest. This takes place this Friday at the Central Police Station, commencing at 7 p.m. under the theme, A Joyous Evening of Caroling and Entertainment. The organizers say the aims of the contest are to nurture the creative abilities of members of the force, to foster and enhance team spirit among members, strengthen relations with the public, and assist in building a celebratory atmosphere during the festive season.